so Air Jordans, can you tell us a little about your new book titled 30,037 Rules for Life?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know where I really should have started? Well, rule number 1, no goddamn vegetables. I think I made that very clear. But close second would have been no goddamn benzodiazepines. Yeah. I mean, between the vegetables and the benzodiazepines, I've really done a number on myself. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, Mr. Peterson, are you conflating benzodiazepines and vegetables? You know what I'll say to that. You better bet your bottom penny cent to the quarter on absolutely that's what I'm saying. Vegetables and benzodiazepines. They might as well put it on the box for crying out loud. If vegetables had a box, and it said Michaela's ankles and hips are going to fall out. I mean, if your name's Michaela, are you really going to eat those vegetables? Just let you sit with that little Jimmy Bottom, sir. Exactly. And with my new book, yes, my new book, which is titled, as you said, sir, titled 30,037 Rules for Life. Well, you know what I figured out? I got a real good system going on here, and I don't want to really give it a one. But it seems to me, I mean, if you really, you really got to sit down and think about this. The more rules that I write, the more money I seem to accumulate.
You figured that all out on your own, did you? Seems to check out. I think I know what's coming next.
I certainly didn't accumulate all that money eating those goddamn vegetables, that's for damn sure.
Yep, and there it is. So, Mr. Peterson, can you give us an analogy for what is happening in the world right now that doesn't revert to a biblical reference? We know it's tempting.
30,037 rules for life. That's quite the number. Yeah, it's actually biblical. Yeah. Have I mentioned Job?
Sir, I am going to have to interject. Remember, I said W without a biblical reference, and for the sake of God, why is it always Joby?
They're telling me not to mention Job. My 37th, you might ask yourself, where do I start? I've already said that I might have put eating vegetables that should have been number 1. Benzodiazepines, maybe number 2, maybe. I mean, that's debatable. That's really debatable. Being locked up in a cookhouse in Russia for years of my life. Remember when I started wearing those tailored, they were tailored, very well tailored shirts, suits. Suits. With had the half thing going on. I thought that was really something. It's very Freudian. What's under the ice? But I tell you one thing those suits weren't made of. And you can bet your top dollar, bottom penny on the end. There are no goddamn vegetables on those shirts. That's for crying out, Jesus of the Lord, help me. To the cross.
To be frank, I have no idea what is going on. But let's start at the point, which was, God, your shirt story distracted me.
Getting to your point, starting at number 1 in this book, it's titled, How to Pick Up the Pieces When You've Not Eaten a Goddamn Enough Vegetables and Had Way Too Much Benzodiazepine. Took me a long time to get there. We're in the thousands. I'm a clinical psychologist. Clinical. People might wonder how I got all those benzodiazepines. Well, you can bet your bottom dollar on it might have had something to do with my clinical license. Let me tell you that, sir.
My God. I had never considered that, to be honest. Anyways, how is the family going? Michaela still has her ankles?
Tammy. Oh, Tammy. Have I mentioned she's got stage 5.7 cancer? Oh, yeah, she's got stage 5.7 cancer. It's right up there on the Richter. Fukushima. Fukushima was, if you were to convert, this is the amazing thing. If you were to convert the tsunami rating to Tammy's cancer, it doesn't even compare. It's like a wall of vegetables hit her all at once. She really copped it. Broccoli, capsicum, fungi. There they are again. Michaela loves them. Tomatoes, capsicums, cucumber, zucchini. Those Lebanese cucumbers, they really do a damage. Especially when they're like a tsunami, like what happened in Fukushima. Of vegetables just smashing into your body.
That's quite the imagery, I gotta say. I really didn't think I would be visualizing a tsunami of vegetables, but here we are.
Well, if I could paint a picture with words, my gosh, it would be like a thermomix of vegetables, just really going hard in there. And then you had to consume it. Oh my God, Michaela's hips would have been absolutely done for. absolutely done for. Tammy, you know, when you're going out with someone that's got 5.7 cancer on the Richter, you don't really get much of the hanky-panky. You know, if Buzz and Woody were in my pants, I really can't do much with them, with Tammy and her cancer. You know, I mean, for crying out loud, she's got... And so I went to the doctors with Tammy when she got cancer. And, you know, the doctor had the nerve. The doctor had the nerve. Tell me, ask me, Mr. Peterson, by any stretch of the imagination, like this guy is some kind of, you know, clinical psychologist, would there be any chance that Tammy hasn't eaten any vegetables in the last 5 years? And I said, well, golly gosh, sir, who do you, really, I mean, really, who do you think you are asking me if my wife has not eaten a single vegetable?
He does know that he can sit down right.
In the last 5 to 6 years. Where do you get that kind of constipation? And you know what I said to him? I said, well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Know-It-All, right? My wife has not eaten a goddamn vegetable in the last 5 years. And I, sir, bet your dime cent to the penny, I haven't eaten a vegetable in 75 goddamn years. And you're trying to... I see what you're doing there, buddy. Yeah, don't worry, I got my good eye on you. And that's the eye that's had the least vegetables. You know what I said to this doctor? Right? What I said to this doctor was, well, doctor, I'm just penning my new book titled 30,037 Rules for Life. And rule number 37,000... Pardon me, I get, you know, it really boils my bonnet. 30,038 rule. Maybe give your wife, or maybe not, some vegetables. And maybe don't have too many goddamn benzodiazepines.
Well, it took a while, but it seems like we finally got there. And thank you for your time. Best wishes. By the sounds of it, you're going to need them.